Hello, everyone. This is my submission for the developer role at Better HQ. So, hello. Today I'll be walking you through two pull requests I submitted for this assessment and the backend comment system and the front-end task management interface. I will be covering my approach, key decisions, and trade-offs, what I optimized for and what technical data I accepted. Let's start by looking at the backend PR, then we'll move to the front-end implementation. All right. So this PR implements a complete comment system for tasks. Let me walk you through the approach. So what the requirement basically is that users need the ability to comment on tasks. There are full CRUD operations of comments like create, read, update, and delete comments. My key approach was instead of creating a new architecture, I analyzed an existing code base and identified the clear pattern used in the account and authentication modules. So the pattern which I got was that there is a service layer, which is a public API. Then there is a reader writer layer, business logic. Then we have a repository layer for data access, and then there is a MongoDB for persistent data storage. So the reason I chose this approach was basically when new developers instantly come and they instantly recognize this pattern, and each layer has one responsibility, so maintainability is very good, and testability and scalability is also a strong part of this pattern. So key decisions what I took was that I follow existing architecture exactly because in a team setting, consistency is always greater than cleverness. I don't want it to put a new architecture style and just destroy the organized way of coding in this project. So that was because I could have used one more pattern, which was like repositories and services combined together, but that would make the code base inconsistent, right? So let's move forward. And so this was the comment model, and which I created. So we had an ID, account ID, task ID, content, and created and updated at which were like the default date time data type, and the other were just strings. And every comment was linked to a particular task ID and a particular account ID. So this was how the comment model looked like, and this were another validation schema. This was just that validation schema that I wrote for the comment repository. And so this was the first decision that I took in this PR. After that, the second decision what I took was soft delete. So active Boolean is what I chose over actually deleting the documents. So because it preserves the audit history and allows comment history to recovery if user asks. So if we can recover it, and although that feature was not there, but I still implemented it. And the trade-off was that database will grow larger because of this, and we had to give a active equals to true filter for every time in every query, but we got data integrity and recoverability as a plus point for this. And the third decision was like Mongo schema validation. So I just added a JSON schema validation at the end of database level. So this was kind of the database schema, and there was a validation schema also that I added because it catches data corruption and bugs at right time, self-documenting schema, and it is validation at multiple layers. After that, what I did was I created five endpoints. So first endpoint was to post and create a new, it was a post endpoint and it was to create a new comment. So it was like the body was like this, and the response which we got was in the form of this. So ID, account ID, task ID, content created and updated at, just like that. After that, what I created was a get API, and it was a simple just to put your task ID and just get the comments. So we would get all the comments which was in the task, and for a particular comment, what we could do is we could give task ID and comment ID together, and we would get this comment, which is a particular comment. Then there was a update comment API, which was fetch API, and in this we also need the same as a particular comment get API, uh, but just type of API changes, and we can update it by giving it a particular body. And then there was a delete API, which was a message, which was that we have to delete a comment, then that would we get that because we just need same task ID and comment ID. If there is no comment ID present, then we get is that that comment is deleted, and we would get the message of comment is not found with this ID. And this is what I called was soft delete. Then I created a new schema for comments. After that, what I did was I created the test, and these are the individual tests which I created. And I guess I have covered all the edge cases in it. There are around 26 test cases that I wrote for this PR, and I think it covers all the problems. And when I tested it in my system, all the test cases were getting passed. Okay, so let's move to the second PR, which was the front-end task and comment UI. So this PR implemented two comments basically. And what my approach was basically that I analyzed the existing front-end patterns and found that what I can use is comment-based, component-based architecture and toast notifications for user feedback. So I followed the same patterns as well. And the first page was the task list. The first page was the task list page, and the other was the task detail page. So what I basically did was that for the task detail page, I created the dynamic pages with the help of the ID. So we don't have to create pages for each ID, but just put the ID and it would create dynamic pages with the help of Next.js, which is a good use of Next.js. And this is the task pages, which list all the tasks for the logged in user with options to do CRUD operations. Uh, the key decision that I did was I created a unified create and edit form. So if I can show you, so this was a form of adding and editing, and why I chose this approach is because one form component for two operations is a very good principle, which is called RAI principle. We had a consistent UI, we had very less code to maintain, but it was a slightly more complex state management, but it saved around 100 lines of duplicate code, right? So That is why I use that. And there, if we go for the flow, what we can get is we have a task list page, and this is the list of tasks. And if we create on each task, the task slash the ID of the task would open, and this is the task. And we can add comments in this, like hi there, adding comment, and the comment would be added successfully. We would go back to task and open it. There would be an option to edit or delete the comment, and we can also edit or delete the task. And this was the task edit flow, which is we click on edit button, and then there was a task deletion. Then we have the task detail page, which was like task slash the ID of task, and there were comment creation also in this PR. And okay, so this is all the testing things which we can use to test documentation to use the test. And one alternative that I considered was that we can load the task first, then we can load the comments, but I didn't do it because it would be longer. And one trade-off that I did was like slightly more complex error handling, which I did was because of that, what we could get is so much better perceived performance. And another decision which I took was URL-based navigation. So we can just change the params of the URL and we can go to a different task. And because of this, is what we could get is we could get shareable URLs, we could get browser back and forward buttons, and we could get deep linking supported. And I also added error handling with every API call wrapped in try catch. And I prioritize security over performance in this, and I also prioritize data integrity by simplicity because swap deletes and fetch after write pattern were better, even though they would get more complex queries but and database load, but we would get audit trials and data recovery with it. So the technical debt was basically no pagination on front end, no optimized updates, and no real-time updates. Because of that, that was something I thought I would be adding in the next PR because I had some time crunch because of 48 hours and I am a little late for that. I'm very sorry. And what I would do differently with more time is I would add caching with Redis, implement rate limiting. I would also add a comment search feature, verification and history, batch operations, and a little bit of these things would be very good for the system. And this is a production ready kind of a code in my point of view because it follows team pattern, defensive programming. It is well tested, it is type safe, and it is a very user focused uh, thing. So this implementation represents thoughtful engineering decisions, not just coding. Every choice balance immediate delivery versus future maintainability, and result is a precise production-ready code that solves the business problem and can be maintained by others. So thank you. This was my submission, and I hope to be called in the next round.